So how did you get involved in the military?
So I was never in the service. One of my best friends who I went to college with, he went into the Marine Corps right out of college. And then in 2010, he was deployed to Sangin as a company commander with 3rd Battalion, 7th Marines. Mm-hmm. And I call up his wife, who was also a captain in the Corps at that time, and she was down at 29 Palms. And I call up and say, hey, I want to send him a care package for his birthday. I've never sent a care package in my life. God bless America, but I've just never done it. What should I send him? And she goes, just send him the basics, hygiene stuff and things like that. That's all he's really going to need. He's easy going. Well, I go to Home Depot and get this like 24 by 24 box instead of little APO boxes.
Yeah.
$800
And
ship.
I just start packing stuff in there. I mean, toothpaste, coffee, dip, magazines. I mean, anything I can put in this box, and like 4 rolls of packing tape later, and I ship it out to him. This was in early June of 2010. And a few weeks later, I get an email from him. He's like, holy shit. He's like, I need all this stuff. But he goes, the Marines under my command need even more than I do. So I'm giving everything to them. Dumb civilian. I'm like, well, hold on. Don't you have Hercs just dropping stuff on you all day long?
Yeah.
Conex boxes everywhere and trucks full of everything you need whenever you need, like, hey, need more of this. And he's like, dude, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got your 6. It's like, what do you need? I don't know what you need. I'm a dumb civilian. What do you need? You tell me exactly what you need. I'll get it, bro, and I'll get it to you. And it wasn't, send us cartons of smokes in the most recent issue of Playboy. It was, well, my medics need these things. We need bootlaces. We need more iPro. And I'm like,
basic supplies.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, got your box. Can I get some of this?
Yeah.
Sure. And then other commanders in the battle space were saying, hey, dude, where are you getting all this stuff? And he's like, my friend's sending it to me. I was like, well, would you mind if we emailed them too? And then other commanders and, across, Helmand province were like, you don't know me, but, and I was like, how do you say no?
Yeah.
And so, I'm just maxing out credit cards, for sake of helping, seriously, to helping, guys out.
You're just using your own money to supply all these things?
I mean, Troops Direct was nothing at that point. It was just Aaron Negherbon in his garage at midnight, packing boxes. And that was when customs forms, you had to do them like triplicate and stuff
by
like that,
hand and shit. Yeah.
And
that's insanity.
And that was really the birth of it. And then we knew it got real when all of a sudden, we were getting calls from 10th Group at Fort Carson. They're like, hey, we heard about you through somebody. Can you help us out? And it's like, yeah, funny. Then we were getting calls from, some of the dudes with the teams down in Coronado. And it's like, okay, funny joke. Who's playing a prank on me? SEALs and Green Berets, they got everything they need. Well, and so that's really just been that was the spawning of what is this machine now in Troops Direct that makes sure that our Americans, wherever they are on the globe, get what they need to the letter, put anywhere on the globe that they need it put at no expense to them.
So this was founded based off of your friend that you went to college with, so he kind of threw you under the bus and made you max out your cards.
He probably asked me back then, could I help someone else out, Yeah. But what I do remember was they were getting back home in October of 10 or so, and they had the rip with 3-5. And he goes, hey, my buddy's one of the company commanders for 3-5. Do you want to help him out too? Okay.
Sure, yeah.
And so his buddy calls me up. His name was Brian. He goes, hey, why don't you come on down to Pendleton and we can meet and stuff like that. So I fly down from the Bay Area. I walk into 62 areas of the north side of Pendleton, and the entire command staff of 3-5 is sitting there like, thank you. And I'm like, all right, I've just bit off a whole lot more than I can chew, But it was reinforcing the reality of the need and our ability, as small as it was back then, to support our Americans doing stuff.
Makes sense.
And to this day, it's not, hey, send us candy and send us, this. It's like, no, if it's not medical, tactical, or comms, or canine, or anything that's life-saving or mission accomplishing, it's not what we do.